American singer and actress Mary J. Blige has sparked a conversation around one of life's biggest decisions, having children. The Grammy Award-winning star recently admitted that she sometimes regrets not having kids. She said that when she was younger, she chose not to have children because she believed motherhood would restrict her freedom. But with age, she says she now understands how valuable having children can be and sometimes wish she had made a different choice. Let's watch the clip.
People struggling. I saw a lot of, my family members needing babysitters and, them not having a choice, no freedom. So when you're younger, that's the choice. Those are the words you make. Those are the choices you make. Right. I don't want any kids. But then when you get older, you start to see how valuable their teenagers are to them. Mm-hmm. Their kids are to them. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, oh man. But at the same time, it's like,
Now, how many of us have made major life decisions based on what we wanted at the time, only to look back years later and wonder if we got it wrong? Maybe it was with marriage or walking away from a career you abandoned or a business opportunity you rejected, an educational path you gave up on, or even a religious or spiritual decision you made because of the person you were at the time. We all make decisions based on our circumstances, priorities, and understanding of life at a particular moment. But as we grow older, our priorities change. And sometimes our perspective changes as well. So today we want to hear from you. What are those decisions that you made that you regret? We'd like you to call us and share your personal opinion. The ladies would also be joining the conversation. Call us on 020-1635-2013. Tweet to us. Please tweet. People have forgotten x.com. Go there and tweet at TVC Connect, #YourView. We're also streaming on YouTube, and you can drop your comments there as well. You see this conversation around decisions that you make and you wish you didn't. So I finished my ND in Yabatek, and I did science laboratory technology. I went to do my CWES in NAFDAC, did my IT in medical laboratory. I was taking blood samples. I could do malaria, typhoid test, all of those things. I learned it on the job. After my 1 year of IT, I knew in my bone marrow, from the bottom, all my being knew that anything laboratory is not my career path. So when I went back to, I was going to go back to school, I went there and I went to Yabatek. I was like, I don't want to do SLT for my HND. I don't. Can I move to mass communication? I already sort of like felt that this is what I'm going to be doing. And they said no, because I'm a science student, I had to go back and write WAEC. I had to do
change your subject.
Change my subjects, and so we'll start afresh. I was like, no, but I've done my ND. And around that time, I discovered I liked makeup, and I started making money from doing makeup. I did a music video. So in my head, my mom was like, Joe, go and finish your HND. I said, Mommy, I'm not going to work with this certification. I'm going to run my own business. I've always known I was going to be an entrepreneur. So I wasn't going to work for anybody. What am I going to do with SLT, HND? No, but really, I'm not going to use it. I'm not doing. They begged me. They prayed. They cajoled me. I did not go back. Till today, I've never collected the OND. Wow. I've never had to use it. But last year, my friends and I, and both of them are doing their PhD, we were having a conversation, and they were like, oh, political opportunities, adding value to life. And was even last year was when appointments were taking place, and there were questions. And they're like, oh, it's not about what this person has masters, this person has PhD. I had to look at myself and say, if I had thought about it, I would have just done it just for certification, because Nigeria likes certification. Have I gone to school over and over again? Yes. But I did not finish that certification, and we like it here. So there are decisions people make, and they look back at it and feel, if I wish I had done this in a different way. Well, we move on with our life. No, I'm going back to school now, I'm doing my global MBA, and because of my years of experience, I can skip the degree and go and do it, So for me, that's a big deal. And many people are watching right now, and they are thinking, how does it affect you? What did you do? Auntie Yenny, over to you.
Over to me? Yeah. I don't believe in regrets.
I think you should just move on.
Exactly.
You've taken a decision, and whatever decision you take, live by it, whether wrong or right. Of course, I've taken many wrong decisions in my life. I can't be 65 and I've taken all the right decisions, you know. So, but I just believe that regret will just keep you back.
Yeah.
It will
But you
stop
still
you
feel
from.
bad about those decisions.
It will stop you from progressing in a path that you have chosen. So if I know that, oh, this decision I took, I did it wrong. I took a wrong decision. I will change it.
Navigate.
You know, and follow another path. But I can't bring myself to live with regret, because regret will hold me back. Like I'm listening to her. She said she's watching her friends and she's saying, oh, but then because she has now realized that nothing I go do. I'm not born and I cannot born again. So face forward.
But she can adopt. There are other means.
That is if she maybe she cannot.
Open to it.
Can't do. She's not open to it.
Yeah. So instead of, I think hard before you make your decisions. But once if you decide that you make the wrong decision, move forward. Move. Don't dwell.
Yeah, don't dwell on it.
Don't dwell on it, because dwelling will just keep you in.
To keep you backward.
Yeah.
So let me come to you, Ara. Yes, I understand not dwelling, and it's something we should all preach on. We should always speak about it. I don't believe, I don't even, it's not a conversation for me. Like, we move. But Mary J. Blige is talking about having children. Having children. It's personal. And she feels like she made, it was a decision not to. It wasn't like life happened to her. There are categories of people who, they don't have children because they tried, it did not work.
Life had its play.
But she felt, my career, my freedom, I'm not going to do it. And now she's wishing she should have. What do you think in response to her video?
Either we like it or not, you know, I'm sure she has cried so many nights alone, wishing that she didn't take that decision. But like Auntie Annie said, move forward. And that's what we saw in the video. The version of her that took that decision at the time is not the same version that's speaking today on that interview. If the version of her that is speaking today was that person, she will have done it. She will have done it. So as humans, we evolve over time. Like I said, and the decisions we took years ago could either, you know, make us or miles and make us regret. The way I deal with that is that I look at the version of me now, where I've gotten to. Am I happy? Have I achieved what I wanted to achieve? So that decision I took years ago helped me to be a better person. And I don't believe in regrets too. It keeps you down. But once in a while,
it's such a big deal. Like,
it is. It is. For a lot of people, having children, it is. For some people, I have my producer in France. His 2 daughters told him they don't want to have kids, and he was so happy. He said, "Ara, I'm not going to be a granddad," and I'm so happy they took that decision. And those are the only 2 kids he has. The 2 girls said they would never have kids.
I love it.
People make decisions like that.
There was one video that another woman came in and she said, I don't know, I think we talked about it briefly, and she said that she didn't have children by personal decision. Does she regret it? No, because she was able to adopt a child who almost seems like the child she birthed from her womb. That she's very sure that if she had birthed a child from her womb, it would have been that same girl. So I think the variance here also, the variance also, if I would say maybe there was something I could have done in my life that maybe I would have regretted, is not being a pilot. When my father said go to flying school in Zaria. And because then I felt like he didn't make me understand the beauty of the job. He made it seem like it was all about me being a father to a pilot. And in my head, I'm like, I want to do media. I worked in a bank. Everybody would say, better go and join entertainment. Better go and join. That's why. So I don't regret where I've gotten to. I might have been a pilot and crashed so many families down. Do you understand? So yes, wherever you are, I also don't brood over spilt milk. There are lessons and there are blessings. If there are no blessings for you, there are lessons. I'm sure she's picking her lesson now. But it doesn't also deter people who want to make such decisions. It just says that when you make decisions, like we are a product of our decision, and we are also a product of the consequences that we face. Is she alive? Yes. You might have, we have series of, there's a woman I saw on TikTok, 1,001 reasons why you should not have children. My dear, there are over 5,000 reasons on that page. The people who have children and went deaf, had children and got blind, had got pregnant and got crippled, she might have been affected with any of these. Who knows? So at that point that she was also making that decision, I feel that she didn't take that decision alone. She would have sat with herself, psyched herself up, looked at her options and like, okay, this is best for me. Yes. Do people make irrational decisions? Yes. Will people continue to make irrational decisions? Yes. But now the thing is, live by it, because now you can't undo. You can't rewind. Age will not permit you. Life has gone far. So why still stay in that regret when you know that you cannot change the situation? But would I advise her? You can move on by adopting. If the eggs are still very vibrant, you can do surrogacy. There are other options that will not now make you live in an entire regret for a lifetime.
I know we keep saying this, do not regret thing, but she wasn't, I don't think she was talking out of like, I regret doing this. But it's like, I acknowledge this. And sometimes we are doing ostrich, acknowledge.
She has that's what she did.
That's what she did. It wasn't regret, it was an acknowledgement.
So she has moved on.
Yes.
Obviously, she has moved on.
Yes.
So there are sometimes you just sit down and just reflect and you're like, I wish I did this at this point. Mary J. Blige, she's my, as in, I am her fan. I love her so much. It pains me that she's going through this kind of regret, actually. And I know that at that point in time when she was supposed to be having kids, she was going through a lot. She went through a lot.
She did.
Some of her songs, I still rock them till today. And she sang out of her pain. And that was what made her famous. And, you know, that was why all of us, we fell in love with her. But in a society where she comes from, they accept a lot of things. Not like us here. If you give birth through IVF, they will talk about you. If you do this through this, they will talk about you. There are other options. It's not too late for her to have kids. It's not too late. If she still wants to have kids. But I must warn her, at this age, if you start having all those small children, now the hormones are everywhere and all of that, you will just knock them off and all of that. And I am here, she can adopt me.
as a senior child.
I won't give her problem
Senior
at all. I even
So
help her,
there
you
are
know?
things.
So
There is a woman that I read that had a baby, a child, and the son at 23 killed her. If she had known, would she have had children? She would have, because she would still be alive if she didn't have children.
So let's talk about the good part of having kids. Honestly, the good part of having kids. I am enjoying. You know,
but
at
I
some
want to
point.
ask her a question.
Yeah.
Because you're in the entertainment space, and the reason she gave for not having kids was freedom. So my question to you would be, does having children restrict freedom? Would she still have had this successful career even if she had children, based on your experience in entertainment, traveling around the world, and other entertainers you have seen with their own children or without children?
Definitely. Look at Beyonce, look at Rihanna, look at all of those people. No, nothing. Even with pregnancy, you go on that stage, you burn it. I still performed in Iceland when I was 7 months pregnant. Wow. I did my performances, yes.
So you don't think it would have restricted
no,
her
it
freedom?
wouldn't, never.
Are you sure?
Maybe it would have
And
helped you
I
reshape
breastfed
your
my
schedule.
child for 5 years, right? Consistently for 2 years. Every event
5 years.
Yes, every event I went to, I took my baby. If I cannot bring my baby in, I'm not coming. Because my baby never went to the daycare, not for a day.
So
that's what Rihanna too is doing.
Exactly.
She's being present.
you see, you're talking from your own
Experience.
From my experience, after my baby, I could perform for 2 years because my mom was still alive and she could come on tour with us and take care of the baby while I was on stage. And as soon as I get off stage, the baby is breast, my mom is breast.
Yes.
So there were restrictions. And once my mom passed, I gave up because I wasn't going to leave my child with anybody to sexually abuse her or anything. So I gave up. So I gave up that part of my life. At the time, it was not difficult. It was my decision. I don't regret making the decision. I was there for my child. Do you understand? So in some cases, it can restrict you.
Yeah.
So it is up to you to decide which is the most important.
Is it scale of preference?
So for me, my own importance at that time was my child, so I gave up.
Gave up having another. You gave
No,
up
give up
having-
a career, a
I gave,
musical
I gave up
performances.
Dancing.
stage.
Okay.
okay.
Because of your
And
child.
first,
Sacrifice.
because my mom had passed and my daughter needed her mother. Before
okay.
it was easy for me to go because my mother was there.
Yes, yes.
But do you know that today, my daughter tells me, and when she tells me, the tears well up in my eyes, that, do you know that every time you traveled, I would go and lock myself in the room and cry.
Yeah.
And my mom was there.
There was still a
There
gap.
was, yeah.
There was still a
There was
gap.
still a gap.
There was a gap.
But she never said anything. Nobody ever knew. She's 38 now when she told me.
Yeah.
I used to cry.
You must have
And
felt
then she's
really
grateful
bad.
for the sacrifice.
Auntie
I
Annie,
felt bad
this is
to
so-
my heart, to my car.
Yeah. There was an
And there's nothing I can do.
yeah.
To undo it.
to undo it, but
It's done.
yeah.
We did as
So
well.
that's why I say take the decision
Decision.
very well so that you don't regret.
Yeah.
You know, when I was living in Ife, working with the Onion of Ife, I had to go do a show with Stevie Wonder in LA. I got to Lagos, they had bought my ticket and everything. My son called me almost 20 times between Ile-Ife and getting to Lagos. Mommy, I miss you.
feeling.
Meanwhile, he had 2 people in the house with him. He was in primary school. Mommy, I miss you. Mommy, I miss you. I'm saying this for the first time. You know, I parked somewhere, I asked myself, this thing you're going to do, what are you doing it for? Your child. You know, I missed my flight and I went back to Ile-Ife. I didn't go to that show with Stevie Wonder. I chose my child.
Wow.
And I don't regret it. When I got home that following day and he saw me, you see, that scream,
Oh,
Mommy!
Excitement.
That excitement of, joy. I said I took the right decision.
Yeah.
Have I gone on other stages globally? Yes. But that one decision, I told myself, he was calling me, Mommy, I miss you. Mommy, I miss you. I said, oh, Mo, am I worried? I will miss my flight. I called her. I said, I'm sorry, guys. I missed my flight. Oh, can you jump on it? I said, I'm sorry. It's good. I didn't go.
Yeah. We know that even though in Africa, we know that maybe you get married, the expectation is that you should start having kids.
yeah.